What's up, everybody? Welcome into the Fantasy Football Game Show brought to you by Front Yard Fantasy here on Better Sports Network. I'm your host, Simon, joined as always by the whole gang. We're back from the Expo. We've got Joey Wright, John Luke Garofalo, and our great friend, it's your boy Herms joining us. What's up, Herms?
I am thriving. I can mostly talk at a normal volume, and it is time for some games, baby.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeehaw. I have to do deeper yeehaws until my voice is all the way back. But guys, if you are not already following our guest Herms, you need to go and fix that right now. You can find him on Twitter at Herms NFL. He is a writer over at Draft Sharks, and he's about to kick some ass in this game unless I have anything to say about it. Since I'm going to be playing today, Jail's running it.
It's a weird thing to say about yourself, unless I have anything to say about it.
Well, I'm going to do my best to win, but I haven't been doing very well at that lately.
Say it quick.
Hell, I've been losing a lot recently. I can't win anymore. Joey, JL, how are you guys? Recovered from the Expo?
Oh, fantastic.
I'd like to thank the good people at the Charlotte airport for housing me for the last 13 hours of the last few days. It's really cool. You guys want to put me on red eyes to keep the fans away. But, you know, I don't mind flying with the people. So thanks, Charlotte.
God, Joey CBS. Just I thought you took off the jacket and you'd get old Joey back. But
no, I didn't.
Sticking around. Well, guys, we got some people in the chat ready for today's show. Jay in here saying, everybody love the Herms.
Everybody loves the Herms.
Everybody do love the Herms. Craig in here coming in with some chat historian facts for us. So today's guest is a member of the FYF double-digit guest appearance club as he is making his 11th showing. 2-6, but yet to win Fantasy Fortune. So you can lock in that first Fantasy Fortune dub today, Herms. We got Toronto Dave in the chat. It was a pleasure hanging out with you this weekend, Dave. What's up, my friend? Albert in here saying hello, everyone. Welcome in, hello. Albert. And Dame saying hello, FYF friends. Herms.
Hello.
And there's Mr. Scampers, the most handsome cat I've ever met in real life, saying good afternoon, FYF fam. Herms. What's up, Scampers? Glad to have you in here.
What up, Scamps?
And Andrew popping in saying, good to see the FYF fam made it back from the Expo. Yeah, we almost lost Joey, but he made it.
He turned into Tom Hanks in that one movie.
I understood that reference.
Oh, dude.
Criminal.
I have not seen that movie.
Carcosia.
That was a good one, though.
Oh, yeah, that movie. That one with Tom Hanks in it.
That guy's a very sad story. He got out and he didn't like his life in the real world. And he moved back into the airport and died in the airport of a heart attack.
Yeah, the whole movie
Totally
is
true
based
story.
around this guy who just has lived in the airport in secret for 4 years. Something like that.
Jeez. Yeah. Okay.
Good guy.
There was
He's Joey's hero.
Joey's hero, yeah.
After spending 13 hours in the Charlotte airport, he's going to do his best to see if he can just move in there full time. We got Scampers in the chat saying, I can't feel my head. Well, we'll feel it for you
911
at some point today. Geek stopping by in the chat says, sup, y'all, and Herms we trust. What up, Geek?
Herms
What up,
trust.
Andrew stopping in with the what up, y'all, and Bob Harris stopping by to say hi. Bob, I would give you such an eagle scream right now, but my screamer is broken.
Screamer is broken. At some point, someone told Bob about my secret Starbucks in Canton, and the man comes in hot. And he starts roasting me in front of all the people working at Starbucks. They're all laughing. So, of course, Bob and I are just quipping back and forth across the Starbucks, putting on a show for people. It was absurd. Never bring Bob Harris to a Starbucks.
If you're looking for their next appearance, they will be in the Starbucks in the Tallahassee airport for their next showing, I believe at 4 p.m. on Saturday.
$45 cover charge.
And 2-drink minimum there at that Starbucks. So.
And also a 2-drink minimum. It's like a $75 night, but it's worth it.
Starbucks having a 2-drink minimum would be the most ridiculous thing ever for anything they had going on there. Like, I do not want this espresso. It's 11 p.m.
I don't think Tallahassee has an airport. I think
it's fair.
Joey, I tried to think of any other city, but all I could think was, don't say Tallahassee. Don't say Tallahassee.
Did you see my instant disappointment when you said Tallahassee?
Yeah, it was in your eyes right there.
The Hall of Fame has an Olympic torch, and I was really excited because I'd never seen one before. And I walk up and read the plaque, and it was from Tallahassee, Florida. And I went to the desk and asked that they remove it from the Hall of Fame.
And that torch has been removed. and
George
shoved
Steinbrenner.
up Joey's butt from the people at the Hall of Fame in
Heyo.
response to his request. Well, guys, today we brought Herms here not just to talk about the Olympic torch going up Joey's ass, it's to play some fantasy fortune as well. We've got a sick game prepared, at least I assume so, because JL prepared it, and he does nothing but prepare sick games. But before we get into that, a couple reminders. First and foremost, if you're not following Herms, do it right now. You can find him on Twitter at Herms NFL. It is right there. The handsome man pointing on the screen is Herms, and he's pointing to the
That's
Twitter.
him.
You can find him. There's also a link to it below us in this video if you're watching on Front Yard Fantasy or the BSN YouTube. If you are watching on YouTube, go and hit that subscribe button. It's the easiest way to show that you like us or to show some sympathy for the guys up here on this screen right now. And then after you do that, hit the little notification bell to make sure you don't miss us live every day at 3 p.m. Eastern time. And as we mentioned yesterday, and if you saw us at the expo, we mentioned it there as well, the pre-sale for the first ever FYF Declassified Draft Guide is up on our website at www.yardfantasy.com. You can find the link below in the video as well. Let's go ahead and click that, get that pre-order in. If you like the nonsense that we get up here on screen, you're going to love what we got in that draft guide as well. Excited for you guys to see it. Should be out later this week.
Yo, did you get Ned Bigby to do like the foreword? Is that because that would have been cool.
I watched like a reunion podcast, or I'm sorry, listened to a reunion podcast with the cast from that show, and it was a little sad.
Wasn't it? Was it the one with the thing Sam had to say? I was like, oh, I saw one with Sam and Josh Peck from Drake and Josh talking to each other. And they had some, I was like, I'm going to not listen to the next episode so it doesn't ruin any more of my favorite children's shows. There was one with Ned and Cookie on there as well.
It was all it was the three main characters.
Man.
Yeah. And Ned had trouble finding work after that show, I guess. He went into detail about it.
He was typecast.
Yeah.
No more guide shows for him to compete on. Well, guys, I'm going to pass this off to JL here. We're going to get this game started, and I'm going to explain how it works before doing that. The game today is Fantasy Fortune, and if you've ever watched Wheel of Fortune, it's going to be a lot like that, but with an NFL and fantasy twist. Instead of spinning the wheel, contestants are going to be answering 50-50 NFL or fantasy-related trivia questions. Get the question right, you're going to get to guess a consonant that you think appears in the puzzle that will be on the screen in front of you. For every instance of that consonant that shows up, you're going to have $500 into your round bank. Now, you can do this up to 3 times in a row successfully. That is, answer a question, guess a letter. If at any point either of those things are wrong, your turn is immediately over, on to the next person. Or if you get all 3 questions right, all 3 letters right, your turn is also going to be over. But you're going to bank all of that money that you had earned so far in the round, and you'll get 5 seconds to try to solve the puzzle before we move on to the next person. Now, during your turn, there are 2 other actions you can take besides just answering a question and guessing a letter. Before a question has been asked, you can choose to solve the puzzle. It doesn't matter if there's any letters up there because you will earn a minimum of $1,000 whenever you solve the puzzle or however much is in your round bank. You can also choose to purchase a vowel as long as you have a minimum of $500 in your round bank. They'll cost $100 per instance that they show up, and you can do that as long as you have money available to do it and a question hasn't been asked. We're going to go like this until we run out of time, run out of puzzles, or I don't know, the internet cuts out at one of our houses and we can't play the game anymore, at which point whoever has the most money will be our Fantasy Fortune champion for today, and Nicole's cash will be in your wallet by the end of 2027.
Heyo.
That's a guarantee.
That's a guarantee. You guys ready to get in there?
Let's go.
Let's do it. All right, this first puzzle is going to work differently than how Simon described entirely. This is a toss-up puzzle. I'm going to slowly reveal letters. And contestants, you have to say your own name when you think you know the answer. If you get it correct, you're going to get $500. Plus, you're going to get to go first in our first real puzzle.
One more reminder to the chat and to the contestants on screen. Play along in the chat. If you think you know the answer, throw it in there. And to the contestants on screen, make sure you got that chat closed whenever a puzzle is up. Either have it full screen or just leave that chat section because they're freaking smart over there.
Yep. Yeah, they are. They are. Out of the chat, contestants. All right, here's our first toss-up puzzle. Reminder, say your own name when you think you have it. This is an NFL player. NFL player, first name, last name. I'm going to start revealing letters. Say your own name when you think you have it. Nothing?
I think I know the first name, but I can't.
Yeah, I got the first
Simon.
Simon.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry, I farted there. This is Austin Eckler.
Austin Eckler is absolutely right, Simon. Well done.
Man, did I have Justin in my head so hard.
I did
Couldn't
too.
make the
Same.
last name fit. I was like, Justin.
So I need some more letters down there.
Justin. And Andrew in the chat got Austin Eckler as well. But
Good job,
I think
Andrew.
Justin Fields definitely threw some folks off.
Oh,
I
boy,
wanna
am I
ask-
glad I didn't think of Justin Fields, or I would have said that.
That might have got you. Austin Eckler, pretty interesting player going into this season. I think historically, people have been pretty high on him, drafting him as a top 5 running back in PPR leagues. How are you guys viewing Austin Eckler going into the season and the uncertainty given his age?
The uncertainty for me is less related to his age and more related to the change in offensive philosophy with Kellen Moore coming to town in Los Angeles. Now, that being said, it moves his upside from number 1 overall running back to number 3 overall running back for me. I just think there might be less of those dump down passes where Austin Eckler's made all of his money, but he's probably still the best playmaker on this team. Kellen Moore's not an idiot. He'll get the ball into his best players' hands, and Austin Eckler's still going to be one of the elite fantasy options. I think it just maybe eliminates a little bit of his receiving upside, as they're probably going to push down the field more.
Can I ask Simon who your number 2 running back is now?
It's Austin Eckler still. At this point,
Okay.
I'm
I
just
thought
a
you
little
said
bit
number
nervous
3
about
and
it.
number 3.
Say that again.
He's number 3 and number 2.
At this point, whenever I look at safety, like I assume Bijan Robinson has the upside of finishing as a top 2 running back, right? There's other names in that area. Saquon Barkley, now that he's signed, could finish there. Jonathan Taylor, if he plays all 17 games, he easily could beat him. Just because I have Eckler at 2 right now doesn't mean I expect him to finish there. There's things moving around. He's got the talent to do it, but I do expect some of that. Like, that's just me saying the upside's a little bit gone.
Got you.
Oh, I agree with you. I have him at 2 as well. I thought you said you moved him to 3, so that's why I was wondering who you moved in front of him. That's all. But I agree with you.
Craig and you say going into this season, I am viewing Austin Eckler as a main running back on the Chargers.
Well, that's a little hot,
bold.
Craig.
Settle
bold.
down, Craig. Jeez. My goodness. All right. Simon, you're going to get 500 for correctly guessing Austin Eckler in this puzzle. And you're going to get to go first on our next puzzle here. Well done.
Bring it.
Let him rip.
Okay. Oh,
All right.
Beyblade.
Beyblades. All right. This next one is an NFL player movie mashup. Examples of this category, puzzles from this category that we've used in the past are, dude, where's my Derek Carr? Or Boston Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Simon, you got that last one correct, which means you get to go first in this puzzle. Would you like a question? Would you like to solve?
The comma makes me think it's gettable. You know what I mean? Like you throw punctuation in a movie and all of a sudden it limits the choices a lot, but I'm going to have to take a question.
All right, starting with a question. We're going to start off real nice and simple. We're going to start off PPR fantasy points. All my fantasy points questions will be PPR format, just points per reception. If I don't say it, you can assume, or you can ask again. Either way is valid. Simon, tell me, which player had more PPR fantasy points last season? Was it Devontae Adams or Tony Pollard?
I'm already tilting. Full tilt already. Both of them had good seasons. Devontae Adams.
Devontae Adams is correct.
Yes.
Sir, what consonant would you like
Yes.
to use here?
I'll take a T as in
T as in ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. There are 2 T's, which is going to give you 1,000 in your round bank. Simon, your options now are to take another question, purchase the vowel, or solve the puzzle.
Let's move on to question number 2.
Ooh-wee, wasting no time. Question number 2. All right, let's stick in this PPR fantasy points category. Simon, tell me, which player had more PPR fantasy points this last season? Was it Nick Chubb or was it Stephon Diggs?
Oh, well, that's a dumb question. Stephon Diggs.
Stephon Diggs is correct.
Oh, yeah.
What consonant would you like?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'll take the H
H.
For Herms.
for Herms.
H for Herms.
For Herms.
Whoa.
Ah, shout out Herms.
That's going to give you 2,000 in your round bank, bringing you up to 3,000, Simon, and your options are the same. But before you tell me which option you're going to take, Andrew in here said T as in Tallahassee.
Hey, there you go. Shout out.
Yeah, clear opportunity missed there, Simon.
I know. That's mine.
All right, Simon, we're heading into your third question here. So this is your last opportunity to buy vowels on this turn, if you so choose. What would you like to do?
Question number 3.
Third question. He says third question. All right, Simon. Which player had more PPR fantasy points last season? Was it Joe Mixon or was it T. Higgins?
Joe Mixon
Joe Mixon
is incorrect, and I don't get any money.
is correct. And you get money, maybe, if you guess this letter correctly.
Right. Now it comes down to this letter. I should have saved the H for here. Let's go with an S.
An S as in S. There are 3 S's, Simon, which means you are going to bank an additional 1,500 on top of your 3,000 here, bringing you up to 4,500 and giving you a nice solid lead here. I'm going to give you 5 seconds to solve before we move on to our next contestant here, Simon. Bonk. All right. Simon, well done. That was a brilliant turn. Our next contestant is Joey. Joey, you can take a question or you can solve this puzzle.
I'll take a question, please.
Taking a question. All right, Joey, which player had more fantasy points this past season? Was it Amon-Ra St. Brown or was it DK Metcalf?
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Amon-Ra St. Brown is correct. What consonant would you like?
I'll go with an R.
Going with an R. There are 3 R's, Joey, bringing your round score up to 1,500. 1,500 in your round bank. What would you like to do here? You could take a question, you could solve, or you could buy a vowel.
I'm so lost.
I'm lost too.
Oh, man.
I'm excited for the puzzle, though, because I think it's going to be a good one. I'm going to take a question.
Before you do, Dave Richard in the chat says, wake up, Joey.
I'm awake, Dave. I'm
Wake
awake.
up.
I was at the Charlotte airport for way too long.
Way too long. He turned into Tom Hanks. We've already established this.
Carcosia.
All right, you said question,
He says
Joey?
a lot in that movie. He says Carcosia a lot. Yeah, I want a question.
Okay. I will give you a question. All right, Joey. Which player had more PPR fantasy points this past season? Which player had more PPR fantasy points this past season? Was it Jamar Chase or was it Christian Kirk?
I'm going to go with Christian Kirk.
Oh, no.
Games.
Hold on. We're having technical difficulties.
Turns out Christian Kirk isn't real.
Christian Kirk
He's
does
not. I knew
exist.
Yeah,
Is he a Muppet?
The trick to this question was he scored 0 fantasy points last year, and we all group hallucinated it after the $20 million signing. There was this weird thing that
JL, I
went on.
cheated, so I know I'm right.
The moment you answered, my browser exploded.
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
I don't know what you did, Joey, but it wasn't pleasant.
Well, I tend to make things explode, It's so hot and all.
Well, to give a quick shout out while you figure that out, I do want to mention that both Dame and Scamper is excellent people in person, wonderful people to hang out with. Like, that was super cool. So if you haven't been to the expo and you haven't met those people, definitely consider going next year because it's absolutely worth it. And just had to get that out there. And also the Nesty Classified Rewatch podcast is actually really fun. Even if that episode that you saw them on made you a little bit sad, their show is actually very entertaining, and I listen to it every week.
Okay.
There you go.
If it's got the Herms seal of approval, I'm giving it a watch because I used to watch so much Ned's Declassified School Survival.
So much.
I loved that show. So, dude, like, I got so into it that, like, I started doing the whole thing where I'd have, like plain T-shirts and wear just, like, the short sleeve, like plaid T-shirts like Ned did, because I was like, yo, I got that Ned Riz. Let's go, because I thought he was cool, like.
Yo, let's bring the Ned Riz back. I think Kirk Cousins has that Ned Riz.
Ned C class.
I have a theory about Scampers, guys.
What's that?
If you took a photo with him, he would not look at the camera. And I think it's because when cats look at cameras, their eyes go red. So I don't think
That's
Scampers
it.
put that out there.
That makes sense. That makes
I
sense.
figured it out, guys. That's
By the
why
way,
wasn't on
I
camera.
do have the answer to this
Yes.
question. I asked you which player had more PPR fantasy points, Jamar Chase or Christian Kirk. You said Christian Kirk. And Joey,
I'm wrong.
that's incorrect. That is incorrect. The long wait. Satisfied. That is incorrect. So, Simon, Herms, we're moving on to you.
All right. Well, I'm definitely not gonna solve it based off of this information. So
Right.
the question.
Okay. Question. All right. Here it comes. Herms, which player had more PPR fantasy points this past season? Which player had more PPR fantasy points this past season? Was it Miles Sanders or was it Ezekiel Elliott?
I got it.
Sorry. I think it would. Oh, that's good. I think it was Miles Sanders.
Miles Sanders is correct. What consonant would you like?
I would like to go with an L.
An L. Give them L's. Bonk. There are no L's.
The true L. The true L.
The true L.
There was one L, and it's yours and yours alone. Herms.
Hey-o.
The L giveth, the L taketh. All right, Simon, we're back to you.
I will take a question.
Taking a question.
I'm afraid I used up all of my question luck on that first round, and we are about to hit a dead spot.
Man, Joey looks like he's having a crisis over there, man.
He wants it to get back to him so bad.
So badly. All
No,
right, Simon.
I don't have the first thing figured. I thought I did.
All right, Simon. Which player? You said question, right?
I did.
Okay. Which player had more PPR fantasy points this past season? Was it Mike Evans or Cooper Kupp?
I think it was still Mike Evans.
Mike Evans is correct.
Thank
What consonant
God.
would you like?
I bet that was way closer than it should have been, though. I will take an M, as in Mamma Mia. Oh, my Mario voice is broken.
As in a very pitiful Mamma Mia. Oh, there are no M's.
No, Mamma Mia,
Oh.
indeed.
Papa Mia.
I don't have the first part.
All right, Joey. Well, we're back to you. So would you like a question then?
Yeah. I want a question.
Okay.
No M.
All right. Question for you, Joey. Which player had more PPR fantasy points this past season? Travis Etienne or Mark Andrews?
Travis Etienne.
That is correct. What consonant would you like?
Nice, Joey.
N is in Nancy.
N is in Nancy. There are 4 N's. I can count.
No.
That's going to give you 2,000 in your round bank here, Joey. 2,000 additional dollars.
Oh, my
Bringing in
God. You
3,500.
buffoon, JL.
Joey, you can take another question. You can buy Val or you can solve. What would you like to do?
Hey, I'm going to solve it, and I need to say it slow because I'm still confused, but I know what it is. So I'm solving.
Say it exactly how it's written.
Anthony, I shrunk the kids Richardson.
Anthony, I shrunk the kids. Richardson is absolutely correct,
Okay.
Joey.
Thank you.
Well done.
JL, that is an all-time movie player
Oh,
mashup. I
man.
feel like
I was
pulling the honey out of Anthony, just
yeah,
top tier.
I
man.
like it.
Tati,
I like it.
Anthony, and then the Richardson right at the end.
Finding honey in that name wasn't
Well done.
easy. You had to look for that one.
I know,
That's
but I
pretty good.
found it. I added an E in
Finding
there.
honey in many places is not easy. I've looked.
I know.
Usually
True,
find it.
true.
Save the bees.
Save the bees.
Save the crotch bees.
Oh my God, forgot about the crotch piece already. Anthony Richardson, a player of great contention, maybe, I don't know, of great hype. How are you guys feeling about Anthony Richardson? Anybody can answer except for Joey.
I mean, the dude can run, so he has that going for him. It's just really a matter of how much they're going to trust him with throwing the ball and throwing the ball often enough, even because, like, I don't know. Like, people talk about all the time. It's like whether you're of the mindset, it's like, oh, well, you know, he's kind of a raw prospect, or if you're more of the mindset of like, well, he's pretty good. He just doesn't have a lot of experience. Like, either way, the outcome of that amounts to probably not going to light the world on fire with his arm this year. So how you feel about him depends on whether you think he's going to get 500 yards rushing, 800 yards rushing. Like,
Right.
yeah, so it's like that. That's pretty much the barometer. Like, I think he'll be pretty good. Like, I'm here for it, but I'm also not expecting anything too crazy.
I'm exactly with Herms. With the, I mean, we saw Justin Fields finish as like a top 5-6 quarterback last year, depending on your scoring settings. And he did it only surpassing 200 passing yards in 2 games last year. That being said, he had over 1,100 rushing yards. So, like, it's exactly what Herm said. If you think Anthony Richardson is going to rush for 1,000 yards, dude's almost a lock as a top 10 quarterback, even if he only throws the ball for like 110 yards a game. So if that's what you're projecting on, that's you should be drafting him. And we got the slight bonus this week of him being named the starter for week 1. So we now know we don't have to worry about the Gardner Minshew experience for 3-4 games. If you're drafting Anthony Richardson, they're just going to go out there week 1 with Richardson as the starting quarterback.
Can I answer now?
Yes. No.
From a draft strategy standpoint, Anthony Richardson's probably my favorite quarterback to draft right now because there's so many other safe quarterbacks that are going after him that you draft him, just take a Jared Goff or take a Kirk Cousins, somebody safe that's there just in case he really falls on his face. Because I watched him play at Florida. There's a very real chance of that happening in the first year. But especially from a dynasty perspective, I expect Anthony Richardson to be a superstar in this league.
Dang. All good words for Anthony Richardson. Somebody be mean to Anthony Richardson. Just one mean comment.
If
he has 2 left feet, so he runs weird.
He's really tall.
That's not a mean thing.
He looks too deeply into his teammates' eyes. He said he could.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, Anthony, stop looking so deep into their eyes. You're making them uncomfortable.
Yeah, Anthony. All right. Well, Joey, that puts you in a nice. Gil Richardson.
No, sorry, the last name is Gill. This is
Anthony Gill. There you go.
Tony Gill.
All right, Joey. Well, that got you up to 3,500, but Simon was the real winner in that one, getting 5,000. 5,000. Herms.
Good job, Simon.
You were not far behind this. Anybody can win this game. We are getting into our next puzzle. Former teammates. First name, last name. Joey, you got that one correct. So Herms, you're going first in this next one. Would you like to take a question or can you solve this puzzle?
I will accept a question.
All right. Herms, tell me which player had more PPR fantasy points this past season? Was it Garrett Wilson or Deontay Johnson?
The fact that you asked it makes it sound like a trick. Oh no, Garrett Wilson, probably.
Garrett Wilson is absolutely correct. Herms, what consonant would you like?
Cool. I will take S for Herms.
S for Herms. Bonk. There are no S's, unfortunately, in this puzzle, Herms.
Dang.
So Simon, we're moving on to you.
I'm going to try for my first no-letter solve in a while.
Yes.
I'm taking a shot here.
Okay.
Is this Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard?
Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard is correct, Simon.
Oh, I needed that on this Tuesday.
Wow, I thought I'd throw you off with the recent one, but no, sir.
I honestly think no letter solve should be worth more than 1,000. I know we can't change that rule right
2,000?
now, but let's discuss this. Yeah, double the
How
points
much?
if you get no letter solve.
Double
2,000.
the points, double the fun.
Because shooting from the hip like that is not easy.
That's like a half-court shot.
Well done, Simon. It's going to get you another 1,000 here.
Whoa, Simon.
Ooh, my heart is
Laid it
racing
on the
at this
table.
point. I got to say, the only reason I got it is because that Ezekiel Elliott news has just been replaying with a laugh track in the background in my head since it dropped. Like, I got the sleeper notification and I was like, of course you're a little sad for Ramondre, but more than anything, it's a little funny because, like, we've been saying all offseason, Ramondre is going to get the workload until they add someone else into that offense. Surely they'll sign a vet, and then here comes Ezekiel Elliott. It's just beautiful.
Here comes Zeke. It is beautiful. If you missed it, Ezekiel Elliott signed to a 1 year, $6 million, I believe, are the details of that.
Yeah.
In New England, so he will be a New England Patriot this upcoming year, running alongside Ramondre Stevenson. Mac Jones there. What do you guys feel like is the realistic outcome for Ezekiel Elliott and Ramondre Stevenson from a fantasy perspective this season?
I think they both end up with 8 touchdowns, but Ramondre has more yards. That feels like the most realistic scenario. They're going to eat into each other's work. I don't see a way that they don't. It's sticky. It's a Patriots running back situation all over again, it seems.
Dude, I remember I did a video with my coworker Matt Schauf, a former guest on this program as well. However many months ago it was, just talking about how investing super heavily into Ramondre Stevenson from a dynasty perspective for like where his price was like always so tricky, because there's always the possibility lurking around the corner that someone's going to show up and ruin it. And then they brought in Zeke to visit a while ago. They had been tied to both Dalvin Cook and Leonard Fournette. And like, as soon as like that started kind of circling, I was like, oh no, this is going to be irritating. But at least Zeke, like, of those 3 players I mentioned, is probably currently the worst at, he's tired. He's broken down. Like, at least because I think Cook and Fournette have a little bit more juice. So, like, Ramondre is going to be fine catching passes and stuff, but Elliott being there, probably stealing touchdowns, is just the most annoying thing in the world.
The most annoying thing in the world.
I think annoying is probably the perfect word that Herms used there. Like, if you were counting on Ramondre to have that top 5 upside, that's gone. But that doesn't mean he can't be great for fantasy. He's just more of a back end RB1, high end RB2 with Zeke there, because it's annoying.
Yeah,
annoying.
He was priced at ADP like pretty early on, like at his ceiling, like with the understanding that I thought they were going to sign somebody there. So if you've drafted already, I'm sorry that you took Ramondre where you did, but hey, now we're going to get a good discount. So don't forget about that. See where it falls.
Pat in here saying MVP Zeke. Some Zeke truthers out there. And Samper said, to be fair, half court shots aren't worth double points.
That's fair.
Scampers
Except
in rock and jock basketball. Remember that? Nobody?
Well, I was going to say another example in the one-on-one competition between Hakeem Olajuwon and Shaquille O'Neal that never actually happened, but was supposed to happen. It was sponsored by Taco Bell. They had a shot that was worth double points from beyond the 3-point line that they could shoot up to try to take the lead pretty heavy. But we never got to see that.
There you have it. And Divin here says you always have to worry about the Minshew experience, talking about Anthony Richardson.
Facts.
Yeah, we were sitting at breakfast in Canton, and a guy who wasn't even our server comes up to Tim and goes, "Yo, you look just like that guy." And Tim goes, "Tua?" And he goes, "No, the one with the mustache." And he's like, "Oh, Minshew."
Was he wearing a Tua jersey?
He was wearing a Tua jersey, yeah.
There we go.
Well done, Tim.
Shout out, Tim.
Tua?
He's the best.
Oh, my God. Yeah, what was that guy thinking, that he would just make the connections with that vague information? All right, let's get into our next puzzle here. Simon, well done on that no-letter solve. Thanks. Joey, you will be going first on this one. This is a rhyme time.
No, pass.
I'm sorry, there are no passes. Examples of rhyme time are playing clarinet with Jacoby Brissett. That's the only one I can remember. All right, Joey.
Question, please.
Question, please. Question, please. Answer, please. All right, we're going to move into the ADP category. Joey, tell me, in PPR leagues, who's being drafted first? Is it CeeDee Lamb, or is it Cooper Kupp?
Cooper Kupp.
Cooper Kupp is correct. What consonant would you like?
T.
There's one T, Joey. Going to give you 500 in your round bank.
Oof.
You can take another question. You can buy a bow, or you can solve.
I'll take a question, please.
Question, please. All right, Joey. Which player is being drafted first in PPR leagues? Is it Josh Allen, or is it T. Higgins?
T. Higgins.
T. Higgins is incorrect, Joey. I'm
really?
sorry.
Well, y'all people need to be waiting on Josh Allen. That's ridiculous.
There you go. Well, Herms, that means we're moving on to you.
All right, here we go.
Can I buy $500?
Yes, you may. There you go. All right, Herms. You said question, correct?
Yeah, question.
All right, Herms, tell me, which player is being drafted first in PPR leagues? Which player is being drafted first? Is it Chris Olave or Jahmyr Gibbs?
Chris Olave.
Olave is correct. What consonant would you like?
I will take the letter R for Herms.
R for Herms. R. What is going on, Herms?
Sorry.
Jeez.
What letter god did you piss off?
I don't know.
I feel like you've gotten every trivia right, and then the letter has just eluded you here.
I got to apologize to Alphabeticus, I suppose. I mean, this is just,
Alphabeticus, not easy to appease. Simon,
We do know that first word's not Herms because he lost the R. So it's good that he showed us that.
Yep.
What would you like to do here, Simon? Oh,
I'll take it.
He's muted.
Taking a question. All right, Simon, tell me, which player is being drafted first in PPR leagues? J.K. Dobbins or Justin Fields?
Justin Fields.
Justin Fields is correct. What letter would you like?
An H for Herms.
An H for Herms. There are 3 H's.
Let's go.
You picked the wrong letter in your own name, Herms.
That, it happens.
He was just saving it for me.
Simon, that's going to give you $1,500 in your round bank. You can buy a vowel, you can take another question, or you can solve.
Let's take another question.
All right, taking another question. All right, Simon, which player is being drafted first in PPR leagues? Is it Chris Godwin or Terry McLaurin?
That would be Chris Godwin.
I'm sorry, it's Terry McLaurin.
Hey, you know what? Shout out Terry McLaurin.
Shout
Thanks
out Terry
everyone for
McLaurin.
hyping him up a little bit there. Though
Living his best life.
you might be sleeping on Mr. Godwin.
Yeah, wake up. Wake up, Joey.
I'm awake. I wanted to say something to these ADP questions. People wait on quarterback a little bit longer.
Yeah, please.
Thank you.
All
Like,
right,
it's
Joey.
ridiculous. Yep, I'm here. I'm ready to answer a question.
Question. All right, Joey, tell me which player is being drafted first. Which player is being drafted first in PPR leagues? Is it Calvin Ridley or is it Devontae Smith?
Devonta Smith.
Devontae Smith is correct. What letter would you like?
I will take an N for Nancy. I feel like that's my go-to letter.
N. There are
Wow.
5.
Wow. Oh, no.
1, 2, 3,
Mhm.
4, 5. That's 2,500 in your round bank, Joey.
Okay.
You know your
Let's
options.
take a question.
Taking another question. All right, Joey. Which player is being drafted first? Is it Amari Cooper or DJ Moore?
Amari Cooper.
That is correct. What letter would you like?
Okay. Let's go with an S.
S. There are 3 S's, Joey.
Oh, no.
Joey, we're going into your third question, which means it's your last opportunity to buy vowels if you so choose.
I'm going to take a question.
Taking a question. All right. All right, Joey, tell me which player is being drafted first in PPR fantasy leagues? Which player is being drafted first in PPR fantasy leagues? Is it Aaron Jones or is it Cam Akers?
Aaron Jones.
That is correct, Joey. What letter?
I was about to poop in this chair because I wouldn't have believed it. I will take a G.
G. G is correct.
Okay.
All right, Joey,
money.
I'll give you 5 seconds to solve this. Starting now.
Mike Shanahan kissing on the mouth with me. Nailed it.
Bonk.
I didn't know the last part.
Bonk. All right, we're moving on to you, Herms. And Joey's going to take the lead here. All right, Herms, would you like a question? Would you like to solve?
You know what? I'm going to go bold because I think I might know what it is.
Okay, so are you going to solve?
Kyle Shanahan messing up the plan again.
Kyle Shanahan messing up the plan again is correct, Herms.
Nice job.
Well done.
I was trying to figure out what he was pissing on again.
pissing on the plant again. Herms, well done with the solve here. Giving you 1,000, keeping 1,500 from Simon and getting on the board. I love it.
It's off to a pretty slow start early in the game, but that one felt good. That felt good.
I bet.
That SSNG could have been so many things, and for you to pull messing out, nailed it.
Yeah, honestly, it's pretty impressive. It could have been a few different few different sentences.
Kablow. There you go.
Kyle Shanahan always messing up that plan again.
Hey, yo.
Herbs, how you feeling about Kyle Shanahan's plans going into the season?
I think his plans going into the season got a lot easier after watching Trey Lance in that preseason game, because I think that was kind of boring. I don't think it was particularly impressive because I was hanging out with some of the homies, and like we had it like on the screen, and we were just like, dude, why are they even doing this? And especially even later in the game, like as soon as Sam Darnold came in, the offense just started like going off, being electric. Like the passes are starting to chuck downfield, and I'm like, look, I've been pretty kind of on the fence about the whole Purdy versus Lance thing. I've never really taken a huge stance either way, but I think at this point I'm finally on, can we please just stop talking about Trey Lance? That's my new thing.
Can we all just ignore Trey Lance? No one acknowledge him.
Yeah. He is my new official fetch player of the year, because no matter how much we want to make it happen, we can't make fetch happen. And I think
like what you
that
did there.
Trey Lance is the new fetch, so it's over.
It's over.
Done.
We're closed.
Move over, Rashad Penny. You're no longer the fetch player.
Hey, yo.
Trey Lance.
Scampers just narrowly slipping in there right before you answered, Herms, with Kyle Shanahan.
Me and
messing up the
Scampers
plan again.
Same wavelength. We got that.
Save wavelength.
Safe wavelength.
Same wavelength. All right. Let's get into our next puzzle here.
Wave blank. That's like the worst jet ski.
Wavelength.
Wave runners. NFL coach animal man.
NFL coach animal mashup. It's gonna work just like the movie mashup, but it's gonna be an NFL coach and an animal. You can believe that.
Okay, this does with NFL players. There's only so many that have 4-letter names. Every NFL coach is named like Dave, Nick, Matt, John, Luke. Like every NFL player just has like a 4-letter
single Luke
name.
Not a single Luke.
There is a Luke, isn't there?
Luke Getsy, offensive coordinator of the Bears, I think.
He
right?
said coaches.
I want to try. Is it Simon you solved or Herm solved?
Herm solved. Remember?
Herm solved that, which
okay.
means Simon, you are going first in this puzzle. What would you like to do here? Take a question or solve?
I so badly just wanted to like jam an animal and a coach together in there, but I'm going to take a question.
I've got one.
Taking a question. All right, Simon, tell me which player is being drafted first in a PPR league? Which player is being drafted first in a PPR league? Is it Kyle Pitts or is it Darren Waller?
Oh, it's Kyle Pitts still.
I'm sorry, it's Darren Waller.
What? Shout out the people.
Shout out the people.
Shout out all you drafting because I think that's correct. I just thought Kyle Pitts was still loved enough to be ahead of Darren Waller.
Yeah. I'm switching.
I'm so mad I don't get to say my answer out loud unless it gets back to me.
I'm gonna solve.
All right, Joey, say exactly how it's written.
Is this Bill Belichicken?
Bill Belichicken. Bonk is incorrect.
It's a really good one, Joey.
So dumb. So wrong. Herms, we're back to you.
It's only dumb because it wasn't it.
I think I'm good on taking a big swing, so I'll go with a question.
All right, taking a question. You got it, Herms. Tell me which player is being drafted first in PPR fantasy leagues. Is it AJ Dillon or Brian Robinson?
Oh, it's like the Spider-Man gif. Oh, geez. People probably like the Quad Father more. I'll say AJ Dillon.
AJ Dillon is absolutely correct. What consonant would you like to guess?
I will take. I'll take an M for Herms.
M for Herms. There are 2 M's.
Let's go.
Alphabeticus accepts your sacrifice or apology.
There we go.
Or is giving you $1,000 in your round bank. You can buy a vowel, you can take a question, or you can solve.
Let's just go with the letter T.
T. Going with the letter T.
Wait, doesn't he need to answer a question?
I do need to answer a question.
Yeah. Oh, you almost got me to autopilot. Just answer T. Nice try.
My bad, dog.
No one's
Nice
ever
try.
tried that. Kudos, Herms.
I liked it.
It almost worked.
I mean, he laid out the options, so I was like, all right.
If you catch me in the right moment, you can get me to do anything.
It's absolutely true. That's
All right, Herms, you can take a question.
Yes.
All right, Herms, which player is being drafted first? Is it Jordan Addison or is it Michael Thomas?
If it's not Jordan Addison, I'm going to be very mad.
It is Jordan Addison. What consonant would you like?
I'm sticking with that T.
T. Now you got 2 T's. It's going to give you an additional 1,000 in your round bank, Herms, and we're going into your third question, which means this is your last opportunity to buy vowels if you so choose.
I'm good. Let's dip back into the question. Will.
All right, let's switch it up here, Herms. Tell me, which NFL team had more completions this past season? Which NFL team had more completions this past season? Was it the Cardinals or was it the Giants?
The Giants.
I'm sorry, it was the Cardinals. Simon, we're back to you.
And I need a question.
All right, Simon, which NFL team threw for more passing yards? Or I'm sorry, threw for more total yards this past season? Which NFL team threw for more total yards this past season? Was it the Commanders or the Jets?
So just passing yards, though.
Nope, total yards.
But you said threw for.
Oh, sorry, went for
Okay,
total yards.
Gotcha. So just total yards. Which team had more total yards? What were the options again?
The options were the Commanders or the Jets.
That would be the Commanders.
I'm sorry, it was the Jets.
Damn it.
Correct answer is the Jets. Joey, we're back to you.
I'm going to take a question.
All right, Joey. Which NFL team had more total yards this past season? Was it the Rams or the Ravens?
The Ravens.
The Ravens is incorrect. The Rams had more total yards than the Ravens.
Did they?
It's kind of surprising. But Lamar Jackson missed a lot of time. All right. Herms, we're back to you.
Oh, man, I think I know the coach, but I have no idea what the animal is, so this is really hard. A question is acceptable. I will go that route.
All right. Which NFL team had more total touchdowns this past season? The Cowboys or the Saints?
The Cowboys.
The Cowboys is correct. What letter would you like?
Okay. I'm going to go S.
S.
I like it.
There's one S, Herms. Gonna give you 500 in your round bank.
Really helpful, right? That S.
Super helpful.
Yeah. Well, it confirmed one of my suspicions, but it doesn't.
If this is what I think it is, you're an idiot, JL.
Probably.
Checks out.
Yeah, would check out. All right, Herms, what would you like to do? Take another question, solve, or buy a vowel?
I'm gonna have to take another question.
All right, Herms, tell me which player threw for more passing yards this past season? Which player threw for more passing yards this past season? Was it Dak Prescott or Davis Mills?
I hope it's Dak Prescott.
Well, your hope means nothing because it was Davis Mills.
How? Oh, all right. Well,
3 more games.
Oh, that's right. Damn. Okay. Well, yeah. See.
All right, Simon. We're moving on to you.
Yeah, and I need a question. Turns out I don't know a lot of animals. Dog, cat, horse, cow.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Should be all you need to know.
Beaver.
Add another one. I know 5 animals.
Emu.
I hate those guys. They don't exist.
Emus?
I met one in person one time, and I will never go within 100 yards of an emu again. That thing is terrifying.
There you have it.
Noted.
All right, Simon. You said question, correct?
Yes.
Which player had more rushing yards this past season? Was it Kenneth Walker or Alvin Kamara?
Kenneth Walker.
That is correct. What consonant would you like?
I would like an N.
N. There's one N.
I'll buy an E.
An E. There are 3 E's. 1, 2, 3, costing you 300, Simon. 2, 3. You can you can take another question or you can solve.
I'll take a question.
All right, Simon, tell me, which player had more rushing yards this past season? Jerry Jeudy or Cooper Kupp?
More
rushing yards.
Rushing yards? Okay.
Which player had more rushing yards this past season?
Yeah.
Jerry Jeudy or Cooper Kupp?
I heard that question. It was Jerry Jeudy.
That is incorrect, Simon.
Yeah.
Jerry Jeudy had 40 compared to Cooper Kupp's 52.
Damn it.
Big difference. DJ Moore had 53, if you can believe that.
I'm such an idiot.
All right, Joey, we're back to you. What would you like to do? Take a question or solve?
I'm going to take a question. I can't figure out I know the coach, but I can't figure out what the animal is.
All right, Joey, which player had more rushing yards this past season? Najee Harris or Jamal Williams?
Rushing yards?
Rushing yards. Which player had more rushing yards?
Najee Harris.
Najee Harris is incorrect. Jamal Williams had more rushing yards.
It's tricky, I thought, because the touchdowns. And,
Yeah. Herms.
Yeah.
I have been sitting here on mute, just like covering my mouth, like saying the dude's name out loud, trying to figure out what it could. I have no,
on mute so that it doesn't give it away.
Yeah, like I'm just like,
that's a good idea.
I'm just like repeating it like over and over again. Like I'm taking a shot. I don't care. Whatever. Let's just go for it. Is it Sean McDermott's?
Sean McDermott's is incorrect. Bonk. Sorry, Herms. Simon.
Oh, because there's the ass Simonity. Okay, whatever. You know what? I just helped people for no reason.
Joey taking your strategy.
God.
Joe makes the dumbest puzzle. Oh, shoot, mute.
I need a question, Joe.
Question. All right. Simon said he needs a question. I am obliged to give him one. Simon, which player had more receptions this past season? Which player had more receptions this past season? Was it DK Metcalf or Leonard Fournette?
DK Metcalf.
That is correct.
Okay.
Only by 13, though.
Yeah, I figured it was going to be pretty close. I'll take the C.
C. There's one C.
Cool. Okay, well, I'm gonna use this opportunity now that I have enough money to buy that freaking A.
A. You're gonna purchase an A. There's
no. Oh, well, I wonder what that first word is. I'll take another question.
Take it in your second question. You got it. I got you. All right, Simon. Tell me which player had more rushing yards this past season? Which player had more rushing yards this past season? Was it? Oh, I'm sorry. Was it Jerick McKinnon or Marcus Mariota?
What was the stat? I'm sorry.
Rushing yards.
Okay. Jerick McKinnon or Marcus Mariota. I'll go with Jerick McKinnon.
Jerick McKinnon is incorrect, Simon.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
This puzzle.
This is so
Joey,
hard.
back to you.
Yeah, let's go. A question, please. I don't know what this
Question.
is.
All right, Joey. Which player threw for more passing yards this past season? Marcus Mariota or Kyler Murray?
I'll go Mariota.
Mariota is incorrect. I'm sorry, Joey.
I love the delayed. You're wrong, Joey.
I just have to double check because if I get it wrong, you're not going to let me live it down. All right, Herms.
I'm taking another swing because the first one was stupid because there was already an S. But all right, here we go. Sean McDermott.
Sean McDermott is right. Well,
let's go.
Man, that becomes so much easier when you stop trying to jam Sean McVay in there.
Oh my God. Sean McVay mother.
I even had like I was like, is there a type of otter that I'm missing out on? Like,
Oh my God, I don't even. Did the chat get this? I'm not seeing an otter.
I'm even more proud then. So like,
Oh my God. Oh wait, Scamper's got it. McDermott, Sean McDermott.
there we go. See, me and
Well
Scampers,
done.
that wavelength. You know, we're out there. All right.
Herms, you had two incredible solves this game where I was just nowhere close. And then you said it, and I was like, hot damn, got it.
Well,
It's like
Joey-
I may not win the game per se, but those swings I will always be proud of.
those were some solid swings. Kyle Shanahan messing up the plan again. Man,
And you
so-
didn't let the failed swing stop you from swinging full force on that
Mhm.
one. Gonna pull that out. Nice job today, guys. With that being said, despite my early lead, Joey, you are the champion of today's game of Fantasy Fortune. Congratulations, my friend.
Thank you. I this is my 300th win on Fantasy Fortune, and it feels good.
Don't check those
Feels
stats.
good.
They are publicly available.
We don't have a historian. We're fine.
Well, Herms, I want to thank you so much for taking the time to come on and helping us solve these puzzles like Sean McDermott.
Sean McDermott.
Dude, absolutely. I that was, despite not winning, it was my best performance on Fantasy Fortune. So I'm very happy.
Let's go.
Came out looking like a champ. Everybody watching, that Sean McDermott should have been enough to get you to follow him if you weren't already. But I'm going to ask one more time just in case. You can find him on Twitter at Herms NFL. That's at Herms NFL. Go follow him right now. Not only a great analyst and writer, but a great dude.
Facts.
Your boy Herms. That is going to be it for us today, but we will be back tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern time for some more fantasy football game show fun. It's every day, Monday through Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern time. I'm going to say it out loud now so I never put it in the puzzle and save you guys. It was not Andy Reid Rhinoceros was not the answer on that one. Is what I thought it was at first. I'm just saving myself from ever putting that into one. That way I don't get yelled at by the chat and you guys for how stupid it is.
Mike Vrabel, Lugo. Oh my God.
And that's what we're ending on today, baby. Mike Vrabel,
Well,
Beluga
Back to
Whale.
me, Scampers. Don't just blow it in the chat right away. The moment you think about it. Come on.
Just save
Wow,
it
that
for
would
a
have been
year
an
and throw it
incredible
out.
puzzle.
Would have been insane.
Guys, that's it for us today. Reminder, go follow Herms. Come back here tomorrow at 3 p.m. for more fantasy football game show fun. And until then, we are out of here. DM us all of your coach animal mashups. And until then, we'll see you guys on another time.
Bye-bye.